because I'm not going to be...
I'm not putting this on yet then.
Okay.
Okay, so what? Oh God. Okay. Okay, so what are we doing? Okay, all right. So a long time ago
In Bethlehem.
I knew you were going to say that.
So the Holy Bible say oh no, this is like...
That's like what? What's that?
Well, doesn't Facebook
Ebony.
like... No, with religious views and stuff, like that can be banned or there's copyright infringements.
I think that's the actual song, not you singing the song. Okay, so for a long time, we were supposed to do this podcast just with Wendy and myself on... Oh, thank you.
I can't see that far, so I'm going to be squinting the entire time. Anyway, oh, there's no belly. Well, there's a belly, but there's no baby in the belly.
Okay, we're doing this We're doing this podcast because this is the original theme of doing a podcast just about, because we're actually 10 years apart. I was born in 69 and she was born in 79. So we obviously have
Why you gotta tell everybody my business? Why you gotta
I didn't tell
Why don't you
the
just
date.
tell them, like, you know, my social insurance number?
I don't know it.
Thank you. Thank God. Because that was
Anywho.
coming next.
So we figured we'll do this podcast, a new series of podcasts of like just opinions, different opinions. Okay.
Well, for people who don't know, we did a series with all last year about Alzheimer's with her mom, about her mom and my aunt. So we decided that this was going to be not about Alzheimer's and clearly about topics that we tend to just talk about off camera. And she had this idea.
I'm reading the comments. Go ahead.
You read them because I can't see. Go ahead.
This is the wrong. You're supposed to read them, and I'm supposed to say I can't see.
But can you see?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I can't because it's too far. So what's... Because I don't want to keep doing this.
Where is the chips your mom sent?
Chips?
I don't get it.
Chips. We got popcorn.
We do?
Well, I have this big thing from Costco.
Okay.
downstairs.
Okay.
In any case, what are we talking about?
Oh, so we are going to talk about random subjects.
Random subjects.
Random.
And
it's, as you know, unedited, unscripted. We didn't prepare. As if I have to tell you that. But we didn't prepare. So, okay, we're going to talk about today we're going to talk about, our first topic is going to just be, what are we talking about? I just told you.
I have baby brain, so I have an excuse. What did you say?
How can you? So first you have pregnancy brain, now you have baby
It's a
brain.
real thing.
It's not a real thing.
Yo, listen, all the mamas out there, and especially the ones that just had a baby recently, tell her it's a real thing.
I had a child.
Yeah, 2,000 years ago.
That was rude.
Just
and
honest.
That was below the belt.
Listen.
That was dirty.
But 2000, that's when she had the baby.
Yeah.
Years ago. You see what I did there? You see?
No, I didn't see what you did there.
It's just the truth.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. So how do you remember whether baby brain is real or not? When it was so
what do you
long
think?
ago for you?
So 19 years ago, I can't recall.
Do you recall all of that? Because I didn't recall until I redid the whole thing again, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a real thing.
Because you like to learn lessons over and over and over. Okay, so it's a real thing. Now you have baby brain.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
And the further we get off topic, the more I'm really not remembering what we were supposed
We were
to
going to talk about that woman, the police officer.
That's right.
What's her name?
I don't know her name. I just know the nonsense. I had to switch it because it was irritating my soul. It was irritating me.
Well, okay, I think, shouldn't we have at least the names of the people?
Amber?
I don't know.
That's all I got. Somebody help me out here. I don't know.
The name of the police officer who recently got sentenced for the crime, was it last year? Or early
2018. I don't know the facts. I just know this woman.
Kira will know.
This woman who lives in the same building as this black man decides that he's not supposed to be there in his home as he's watching his television in his drawers, underpants, whatever, and decides she's a cop, police officer, decides that, you know, he just doesn't belong there, and she's gonna go cap his ass in his own house.
I'm
Sorry.
pretty sure that's not the commentary, but go on. Go on. This is an edited version of the story.
So, anyway, she breaks into his place, from what I understand, and shoots the brother, like, dead. He's dead in his house. Okay? And from what I understand, because, again, I could not go too far into this today when I saw, because it irritated my spirit. The woman got sentenced to 10 years, but that's not it. That wasn't what irritated me, because I was actually surprised that she got 10 years. Usually these officers get let off and, like, it's a slap on the wrist and they don't see any kind of jail time. But the fact that she got 10 years, and then if you watch this court thing, which I didn't in its entirety because it irritated my spirit, the judge gets up
You scared me.
and hands the officer her Bible and saying, "I'm so sorry, Officer Amber," and all this nonsense. This bailiff is petting this woman's hair, black bailiff, okay, petting her hair. The family comes and hugs the officer. I was blown away. I was blown away at what I saw. So again, I had to keep it short because I'm like, this is just a little too much for my spirit. So I didn't really want to absorb it and take too much of it in because it didn't sit right with me. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. So, am I wrong? Right? Did you take a different?
I didn't watch it.
So then, how are we talking about it?
Because I know, like, it's just inundated on your newsfeed. Like,
Okay.
even if you don't want to know about it, you know about
That's
it.
right.
And you hear it on the radio too, right? So personally,
Do I need to go get my baseball bat?
no,
Okay,
because
okay.
it's not that kind of thing.
Okay.
I just think that it's fine if they were forgiving her.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, why would you want to hold on to that?
Forgive me, followers, people who are
Oh my
about
gosh,
to watch.
followers.
I'm trying to keep this clean.
You just said cap in the person's ass, so clearly that's out of the window.
So again, just so you know, the kid has a big heart. He was on the Dr. Phil show today. I don't care. For me, if it was my brother, my father, my husband, my son, who is in the privacy of their own home, and some woman, we don't need to bring the race card in yet. Some woman decides that he just doesn't belong there and just decides to just shoot him and take his life. I'm now supposed to just forgive because it's too heavy for me to carry. Is that what you're saying? Sorry, is that what you're saying?
I don't know if that's what they said.
Uh-huh.
However, they clearly chose to forgive.
Good for them.
But then why are you hating on
I'm not
it?
hating on anybody. This is why I had to remove myself from the scenario because it was irritating my spirit.
Why?
I don't think I would be so forgiving. I don't think I would be... I think as a people, to be honest, black people, and I'm going to say it, I'm going to keep it very real, we're far too forgiving. And especially in the U.S., with all this nonsense that continues to happen, with all this lynching, with all this black killing and you know, racial profiling and all these things that are happening, as a society, as a community, we are far too ready and prepared to play the forgiving card.
Okay,
and
so
this
what-
is why it continues to happen.
Okay, so what is the alternative?
First of all, she should have gotten more than 10 years. That's first of all. Second of all, I'm not having any of my family or the judicial system come up and hug the person who took out my loved one, like, for no reason at all. No reason at all. He was in his home. He was doing his own thing, minding his own business, an upstanding citizen. And, like, there's so many names. There's so many. The list goes on with the amount of names that come into my brain right now that were wrongfully killed just because of color. And we're so quick to forgive just because this is what we should do. F that. Sorry. I'm just not so forgiving. No. Because I guarantee you if the shoe was on the other foot, it would not look the same way.
Okay, but then what's the point of holding on to it?
It's not holding on to anything, but I'm just not going to be so quick to run and hug somebody that killed my loved one for no reason. I'm just not. You do you, I'm going to do me, but you're not getting any kind of remorse from me. You're not getting a hug from me. You're not getting a hair stroke from me. You're not getting, let's do coffee when you get out of jail. Let's go and do pedicures and manicures. Like, that's not happening.
I'm sure they didn't say that.
Okay, well, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Okay, so.
That's just how I feel.
Opposing view.
Was that opposing, or I'm not sure?
Yeah, like, I think.
Am I wrong? Like, how do you guys feel? Is it something that you would be prepared to forgive, knowing or given the circumstance of the case? Like, am I the only one feeling this way? Am I the only one bothered by the way that it went down? Am I the only one that thought that how the scenario played out was very strange and it didn't sit properly for me at all? Like,
I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. Everyone gets it.
I can't stand you right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, that was great. Opposing view.
All right. So, peace out.
Well,
do you have anything else to say outside
no, like,
of
I don't think there's a problem with forgiving.
I don't think that there's a problem with forgiving either.
But okay, you wouldn't do it, so what's the alternative?
Let me ask you this.
Okay,
so
don't make it personal.
You know, I'm going to make it personal because it's personal. This is why I feel like as strongly as I do, because we're so desensitized to the fact that, oh, we should do this and we should forgive, and Jesus said this and the church says this, and in order for you to, clear your sins and forgive your soul, you should Man, listen, if it was your child, if it was Jalen that was in his house and this same woman came in and took his life because she felt that he was not supposed to be there for whatever reason, would you feel the way that you feel right now?
I'm not sure.
Would you feel the way that you feel right? Keep it real.
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure.
Well, I can answer that for you. You absolutely would not. Because it's personal.
Don't know. Of course it's personal. I'm sure it's personal, but forgiving is personal too.
Sure.
Right.
And that will come in time, after the grieving process, after the processing process.
People forgive for themselves, not typically for the other person. It's not for the other person to feel good. It's for the person to let go of the anger.
I agree.
Right.
But don't tell me that I have a time limit where all of a sudden within the court system or whatever, when she's getting her verdict in or whatever, that's the moment where I need to get up out of my seat and come hug you up and stroke your hair and cry with you and say it's going to be okay. Are you crazy?
Well, they did.
Nah, sister, you need to go do your time.
The person did, though.
Did what?
Didn't that happen?
What?
That whole thing. That whole scenario. Didn't it happen?
I don't know what you're asking me.
Didn't the brother or something do that?
Yeah, the brother came up and hugged her.
Right.
And the bailiff was stroking. You have to watch this before we can comment on it, so that you can't, there's no way, and I'm sure if I were to play this for you right now and you were watching it for the first time, I would love to see your reaction live. Because there's no way you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna forgive, and okay, Kumaya,
Number one,
I'm gonna forgive.
I never said that.
It's for me, it's not for the other person, it's for me, and forgiveness is for the person.
I never did that.
Okay, so if I were to make you watch this live and you can actually see the craziness of this stuff that was going on in this courtroom, then you would probably understand why I'm like, what? No, not happening. It's not happening. My baby's crying. Why is she crying?
So, because you're not forgiving. Too soon. Okay, so we're obviously opposed on this.
I don't think we're opposed. I just don't think you're informed enough to be really making the conversation about this topic, because you haven't even watched it.
I know the facts. I disseminated the facts.
That's a big word. That's a big word.
But I did. I extrapolated all the data that I needed to get to my conclusion.
Let go of the anger and give it to God. Hey, man.
See?
No problem. Yes.
That's my family.
But I'm good for you and your family. I'm not stroking anybody's hair. I'm not
Nobody
going
asked
for
you
coffee.
to, but
well,
nobody
this
asked.
is what happened.
Okay, but that's their thing.
No. You can't say that's their thing, Karen. You didn't even see it.
But they did it.
What?
I didn't have to see it. Like, it's done. It's a done deal. Like, it happened. the person did it, you are not agreeing with this is what we're talking about. It's a big controversial topic today because that happened, and people are like so in outrage.
It's not outrage. It's just it's crazy.
No, but there were people in outrage that the brother decided to do that, and the judge did that, and all of that. It's a big thing.
Yeah, I can see why it's a big thing.
See, I don't.
Let me
Okay.
ask you. So if it was on the other foot, the race card on the other foot, where it was a black person that came in and shot a white guy in his own condo or whatever, you really think that the same thing would happen, where the white judge will come and stroke hair and give him his. Let me give you the
reached
Bible.
A fork in the road
I'm
now.
gonna give you my Bible.
We've reached a fork in the road. Because that didn't happen. We can't comment on something that
I'm
didn't
asking
happen.
you.
You can't ask me that. Because I don't know.
But you didn't see the video either, so you don't know that either.
I know the facts.
I'm giving you the facts.
You're changing the facts.
Yes,
And
but I'm
in
giving
a
you the facts.
hypothetical
I can't stand her right now.
situation
So this
that
is how
didn't exist right now in this context.
My son is letting you know from downstairs how he feels about you right now.
No, your son's just ill and wants his mom. See, facts.
All right.
Facts.
Well, I'm not changing my stance. I think it's the craziest thing ever. I think forgiveness is one thing, and it absolutely is. It is very unique, and it's personal, and it should be for yourself, not for the other person,
Right.
for yourself.
That's what
fine.
Right.
But my issue with the entire thing this choreography or this nonsense that happened in the courtroom.
Did you say choreography?
Yes, I did, because it looked crazy. It looked like crazy. This is probably why it's getting the reaction it's getting.
Okay, so
and
you know what we'll
especially
do?
from our people.
You know what I'll
like,
do? I will watch it. We all know that it would have not happened. We all know the judge was out of line. Okay. Okay.
The defense rests.
You didn't win.
I'm not trying to
and
win.
there's nothing to win.
I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to win. What is it to win?
I don't know.
All I'm letting you know is if somebody caps somebody that I love, I am not going
For the people
no.
that don't know what caps is, can you kind of like decipher what that word means?
If somebody goes into
Why-
somebody else's
why do you feel
apartment
like
or
that?
condo
Why do you
and
feel like
shoots
that?
or kills them and commits manslaughter or murder in the first degree or second, then I'm not going to be so forgiving, and I'm not going to be extending myself
I can't
to go
believe you
for
just did that.
Kelsey's or go to Jack Astor's later on that evening. It's just not going to happen.
I cannot
okay?
believe you just did that.
Did what?
I'm shocked. And appalled all at the same time.
Yes, let's just cut this quick because this is.
Because you're insane. Okay then. That was a great talk. Great first topic. I will watch it.
You should have watched it before we discussed it.
Why? I told you I just know the facts. The facts were whatever it was.
The facts were it was bogus and whack and crazy and put the shoe on the other foot, and y'all understand exactly why there's an outrage for it. That's all I gotta say about that. And for everyone who's like, oh, Jesus, just what would Jesus do? What
Nobody
would
said that.
Jesus do?
Nobody
Listen,
said that.
listen, let's
Not
keep
one
it.
person. Who said what would Jesus do except you? The topic is forgiveness, and she's not having it.
No, I'm having it.
She's having it, but not right now, and not in that way.
That's not what I said. I did not say that. I'm about forgiveness, but there's no way that
There's no Kelsey's.
Absolutely not. And there's no,
Coffee.
oh, can I stroke your hair and detangle it while I'm in the courtroom?
See,
And
why are you so extra? Who
if-
said anything
If
about that?
you saw the video,
Detangling.
yo, watch the video
Okay, I'll
and
watch
then
the
we'll
video.
talk about
I'll
it
watch
again.
the video.
Okay, guys?
I'll watch the video.
There will be a part 2 because there's going to be people here that are watching this that have not seen the video yet. Go and watch it. And then when you see part 2, we will discuss or we will resume where we leave off today. Let's see if she stays in the same stance.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
High five.
United Front.
United Front.
You guys be well. We will we'll check in with you again. Wendy.
Oh God! Stop it.
Wendy is not extra, Karen. That is what, and that's your family. Thank you. family. Thank you. Let's keep it all the way
Fam.
real. Fam, yeah, fam. Okay?
Okay, that's what happened. All right.
Part 2
Part
to be
two.
continued. That's it?
That's it.
That's all.
Okay.
Peace.
Adios.